Before anything transforms in your life, there is always a period of silence, not just outside of you, but inside. This silence may feel empty, but it is not. It is the calm before a great shift. The universe does not shout before it tests, it whispers. And only those who are present, who are listening, will hear that something is about to change. During this phase, you may start to feel uncertain. Things you once depended on may begin to fall apart. People might leave, plans may dissolve, and you will be tempted to believe that something is going wrong. But I ask you, what if nothing is wrong? What if this is the preparation? Like the stillness before a martial artist strikes, this is not weakness, it is potential. It is coiled power. The universe, like the training hall, first empties you before filling you. It clears space. So do not panic in this emptiness. Recognize it for what it is, a sacred pause before the next movement. So if you are in this space now, do not resist it. Stay with it. The test has already begun. And how you meet this silence will determine how the universe decides to move with you next. When the universe prepares you for change, it does not bring comfort. It brings resistance. Why? Because transformation is forged in tension, not ease. And every obstacle is not a wall, it is a mirror. It reflects back to you the strength you did not yet know you had. Many people see obstacles and immediately try to avoid them. But this is like a student in Shaolin trying to skip the most difficult forms. In doing so, he skips the very essence of growth. The universe is not punishing you. It is sharpening you. The difficulty is not personal. It is purposeful. A true warrior smiles when the path becomes steep. He understands this is the only path worth walking. In the same way, when your life feels filled with hardship, ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? Not, why is this happening to me? So I say to you, do not ask for fewer problems. Ask for stronger shoulders. Because the universe will not remove the test, it will simply wait until you are ready to pass it. And every test passed unlocks a new reality. One of the greatest misunderstandings is believing that discomfort is a sign to turn back. In truth, discomfort is a compass. It points you toward the edge of your current self, the place where your identity ends, something greater begins. In Shaolin, the most uncomfortable postures are the ones that bring the most benefit, not because they hurt, but because they reveal where we are stuck. In life, it is the same. The moments that make you squirm are the moments you must lean into, not escape from. When the universe tests you, it often does so by putting you into positions that stretch your patience, test your humility, and challenge your beliefs. This is not cruel, it is precise. It is the way of all wise teachers. Push the student to the limit, so he may discover there is no limit. The next time you feel discomfort, pause. Instead of reacting, observe. That discomfort is the gate, and behind it lies your new reality, if you are willing to step through. Change always requires something to die. This is not dramaticit, is natural. The old must dissolve for the new to emerge. Just like the leaves fall before winter, parts of your life, your identity, your habits must fall away before transformation arrives. Often, the universe tests you by removing what is familiar. It takes away your crutches so you may learn to stand. It removes certain people, situations, or comforts not to harm you, but to wake you, to show you what you have outgrown. In Shaolin training, there is a moment when the beginner stops copying and must begin embodying. That is the moment when imitation ends and self-mastery begins. Life offers this same moment. But to reach it, you must let go of what no longer belongs. So, if something in your life is crumbling, do not grasp. Allow it, honor it. but do not chase it. Because the universe never takes, without reason it clears what is false to make room for what is true. The people around you are not random, they are messengers. Each one reflects something inside of you, either a strength you forgot or a weakness you must face. The universe uses relationships as tests, not to punish, but to reveal. Sometimes, the people closest to us challenge us the most. This is not coincidence. It is design. The one who annoys you may be showing you where you lack patience. The one who leaves you may be teaching you detachment. Every encounter is a lesson if you are willing to learn. At Shaolin, training alone teaches technique, but training with others teaches humility, cooperation, and reflection. Life is the same. You cannot evolve in isolation. The people in your life are your fellow monks on this path of awareness. So ask yourself, what are my relationships teaching me right now? Are they mirrors or distractions? If you are being tested, it may not come in the form of an enemy, but in the form of someone you love. Learn to see beyond the surface. When change is near, the mind becomes restless. You want it now. You want proof. You want confirmation. But the universe does not operate on your schedule. It teaches through timing, and timing is sacred. In martial arts, rushing leads to injury. Every move must have rhythm, timing, and breath. In life, the same principles apply. Patience is not passive. It is powerful. It is trust in motion. When the universe delays something, it is because something is still being prepared often. That something is you. The test, then, is in your waiting. Can you be still while the world moves? Can you keep faith when nothing is visible? This is the hardest test of all, and yet it is the one that changes you most deeply. So do not confuse delay with denial. What is yours is already moving toward you. The only question is, will you still be centered enough to receive it when it arrives? Sometimes, before everything aligns, everything falls apart. This is not failure. It is rearrangement. Chaos is not the end. It is a beginning disguised in disorder. It breaks the structure so the new foundation can be poured. If your life is in chaos, consider what is being shaken loose. What is being tested for its strength? In Shaolin, we strike the iron to test its purity. Life does the same. It strikes your routine, your beliefs, your identity, not to destroy, but to reveal. Do not curse the chaos. Learn to move with it. In martial arts, when the opponent attacks, we do not resist blindly. We redirect. We flow. Life is the same. If chaos arises, it is asking you to be flexible, not fearful. And once the storm passes, and it always does, you will find that what remains is what is real. Chaos is not the enemy. It is the filter. Let it clear what no longer serves you. When you say you want a new reality, the universe listens. But then it asks, are you ready to live in alignment with that reality? This is the test of integrity. It is not about words. It is about embodiment. Integrity means acting from your center, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. Especially then, at Shaolin, we do not perform only in public. We train the same in private, because we are not seeking approval. We are cultivating essence. The universe tests your integrity by giving you choices. Will you take the shortcut or the right path? Will you compromise your values or remain rooted? Each decision shapes your readiness for what you've asked for. So remember, you cannot receive a new reality with the habits of the old self. The test of integrity is simple. Will you act now as the person you claim to become? In the loudness of modern life, stillness is rare, but it is in stillness that we hear the clearest guidance. The universe often tests us by pulling us inward into solitude, into silence, see not to isolate, but to realign. Stillness is uncomfortable because it reveals what we've been avoiding. The mind races, the emotions rise, and yet, in that discomfort, clarity is born. Just as the water settles when untouched, your inner knowing rises when you become still. At Shaolin, meditation is not optional, it is essential. It teaches us to observe, not react, to become the witness of our thoughts, not the slave to them. Life requires the same discipline. In your stillness, you reconnect with your center. So if everything around you feels uncertain, go inward, sit, breathe, listen. The test is not to escape stillness, but to embrace it. Because from that inner silence, the next steps will become clear. After the test, the silence, the discomfort, and the letting go, something begins to shift. You are no longer who you were. You begin to think differently, feel differently, act differently. And reality must follow suit. This is the law. The universe does not change your world first. It changes you first. And only then, as a reflection of your new self, does your external world begin to mirror that shift. This is the real reward, not the thing gained, but the self-realized. In Shaolin, we say, the way you train is the way you live, and the way you live determines what you attract. So live with presence, live with integrity, live as if the universe is already moving in your favor, because it is. So now I ask you, are you ready to be tested? Not with fear, but with gratitude. Because when the universe tests you, it is not pushing you away. It is pulling you forward. One of the deepest tests the universe gives is the lesson of surrender. Not giving up, but giving in. There is a great difference. To surrender is to release the illusion of control while maintaining full presence. It is a warrior's acceptance, not a victim's resignation. We spend much of our lives trying to predict, manipulate, and control outcomes. But true transformation comes not when you shake the world, but when you align with it. In Shaolin, we learn that force is only half of the skill. The other half is flow. And sometimes, to flow, we must surrender our need to understand everything. The test is subtle. The universe may bring you into situations where your plans no longer work, where your logic has no answers. And in that space, you are invited, not forced, but invited to trust something greater than your mind. This is not easy, but it is necessary. Ask yourself, where am I gripping too tightly? What fear is behind my need to control? Letting go is not failure. It is freedom. And often, it is the final key that unlocks the door to a new version of reality that was waiting all along. Transformation is not just light, it is also shadow. The universe, in preparing you for a new life, will often confront you with the darkest parts of yourself. This is not cruelty. It is truth. You cannot hold the light if you are afraid of your own darkness. The shadow is not evil. It is the part of you that has been hidden, ignored, or denied. Anger, jealousy, fear, insecurity, these are not enemies. They are signals. They reveal what is still wounded, what still needs awareness. And the test is whether you will finally face them or continue to bury them. At Shaolin, when we train in the early morning darkness, it is not just physical, it is symbolic. We move through the dark to earn the light. And so in life, you must move through your inner darkness not to judge it, but to integrate it. If the universe is bringing old pain to the surface, don't run. Sit with it, speak to it, learn from it, because only what is faced can be transformed. And only what is healed can create the foundation for a higher reality. Perhaps the final test before the universe grants a shift is the return to humility. When you begin again, you must begin small, and ego does not like this, but wisdom requires it. To change your reality, you must become a student again. Often, after a long journey, we feel we have arrived. But the moment you believe there is nothing more to learn, the universe will gently or sometimes forcefully remind you, all mastery begins with humility. The mind must empty itself to be filled anew. In Shaolin, even the highest monk bows to the form. This is not submission, it is respect. The beginner's mind is open, curious, and observant. It does not pretend to know. And because of this, it can evolve. The universe respects this posture. It rewards those who kneel before the next level, not those who demand it. So ask yourself, am I willing to be new again? To drop what I think I know? To learn from unexpected places, people, and moments? Because when the universe sees a humble heart, it knows that reality can safely change.